Hello, everyone, and welcome to the October 2nd Project Jupyter IPython Developers Call. We are following an agenda on Dropbox paper, and our first update is on Jupyter Lab from Darian.
We just released version 0.35 RC. It's a release candidate, so it's not the final, but it's out there for people to try. And in the notes, there's a link to the changelog pull request that will go into the release when it's ready, so you can see which features have been added or what bugs have been fixed. And yeah, that's it for me.
Anything else on Jupyter Lab? Jessica, what's your update on Jupyter Lab or something else?
It was something else.
Okay. All right. Well, you let me know where that fits in. So anything else on Jupyter Lab before we move into Jupyter Hub?
So I've uploaded the data from the user tests at JupyterCon up to Jupyter/surveys. And that's, I think, that mostly Jupyter Lab related data. So.
Okay. All right. All right. So moving on to Jupyter Hub.
Yeah, so not a whole lot of updates on Jupyter Hub. We have on the binder side, we're working on deploying our own analytics so that we can have more control over the analytics than sending everything to Google. So we've just deployed our own Matomo analytics server, so we can have a bit more transparency and things about what's being collected and anonymized and everything. And additionally on Jupyter Hub, we're, I think, just about ready to land total internal SSL, so for encrypted connection for everything inside Jupyter Hub rather than using HTTP unencrypted once you're on the inside. And this has been contributed by a developer at Lawrence Livermore National Lab. Yeah, I think that's about it for Jupyter Hub.
Okay. And so moving on to conferences and events, I don't currently have any JupyterCon updates right now, other than the slides and the talks have been all released, and I'll share updates with that for next year as I have them. And then please continue adding to the list of conferences and workshops. It's looking a little light right now. So if you have events that you've been invited to speak to or that you hear about, please share them here, especially the call for speakers and any places that you're going to be speaking at in the coming months. And I see a note on there. It looks like, Jessica, you're speaking or you have spoken at Force 18. Is that what you wanted to share about?
Yeah. So Force
okay, great.
18 is coming. Yeah. So this is the related stuff. So Force 18 is coming up. We also are presenting in the demo track. We're presenting Binder at NIPS, and then I have a few other conference submissions that are in the pipeline. And so just like, especially for the Jupyter Hub team, just like double check, reach out to me, because I probably need to get you set up so that like we have you in the system for the conferences that I'm presenting at, or I might be presenting at.
Where is that event?
Force 18 or NIPS?
Yeah, I'm not seeing
or
any.
The stuff that's under review.
For any of the websites for either of those events, if you could just add them to the agenda when you have a chance, because I just Googled it real quick and didn't necessarily come up. Okay.
Yeah, I'll put them in the.
Alrighty, thank you. And I see, Darian, you're adding a note about a Jupyter Lab hackathon. Do you want to talk? Oh, you said details forthcoming. So the dates are October 26th, but anything else that you want to share about that right now?
No, I don't really have the actual invitation material yet, so I'll post that when I have it.
Okay.
But it's in New York, and yeah, it's on that date.
Awesome. Okay, so just a reminder, if you have any releases that happened last week or this week or anything that's coming up in the next week or two, to add that to the bottom of the agenda so we can keep track of the releases. And at this point, I think we've reached the end of the agenda. Is there anything else anyone wants to share with the other people on the call or with the community before we log out?
I think just mentioning the release of IPython and IPyKernel 7 and 5 respectively. The main piece of which is the nice interactive async IO support. So that's a big new thing that almost certainly doesn't work in a lot of cases because it's very complicated and fiddly, but it's pretty cool, and it would be great if people could test it and see how it goes. And there's Matthias wrote a nice blog post announcing that and detailing all the stuff.
Okay, great. Anything else? All right, well, it was great seeing everybody, and I'll see you next week. I'll go ahead and start. Now that I'm back from being out, I will be leading and recording these meetings weekly. So thank you and goodbye.
Welcome back. Bye.